excuse me, I got your plan open. Thanks for sharing it in my trial version of Home Designer Pro 2021. Now I've been tinkering around with this. I turned off the terrain perimeter. This display options is for this camera only. If you go back to plan view, this is the display options for plan view. They're not the same. They look the same, but they're not. And for each camera type, 1, 2, 3, 4, there's a display options for each of those camera types. And for these camera types, that's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then plan view, that's 11. 11 different. I just wanted to point that out. Most new users and sometimes users who've been using it for 5 years haven't figured that out yet. But it's true. There's apparently one display options, but it's specific to what mode you're in or what view mode you're in. And this one, I turned off terrain. I'm going to turn it back on because you had it on. Terrain perimeter, yep. And so those dark lines there. And you've got show line weight on. Show line weight, excuse me. That's what Eric was talking about. You can see, can't really see the line weight until you click that button. You can see there's nice dark lines here. There's no doubt dark lines here. And I figured out whether you can't control it. I'm going to go back to floor plan view, and you toggle it down to the foundation. Oh, you never built a foundation, so there's nothing to control. Don't. In order for you to be able to control a foundation, it has to actually exist. There's no foundation in this plan. There's an apparent foundation here, but it's just a virtual piece of stuff that the software automatically puts there, but it's not a foundation. Let's go over here to build floor, build foundation, which is the step you left out. And Lord knows what you want, but I'm just going to use monolithic slab. And we'll say, yes, we want that layer on. And bingo, there it is, all nice and dark. See, if you build a foundation, it would be there. But if you haven't built a foundation, there's nothing to show. Now, in terms of, now the hard part is figuring out in an elevation camera where you control these lines. So let's take a look. I showed you that you can turn on and off in this view the terrain perimeter. See, those lines disappear. Let's go back to display options for this camera view. It doesn't say this camera view, but it is for this camera view because this is what's active on your desktop, on your screen. Okay, let's go over to, let's hit the F key and go to foundations and see if that does anything. This is going to turn off foundation. Oh, it controls the foundation. Let's turn it back on. And look here, it's got a line weight, 35. And with it selected, you can change it up or down right here in this line weight input box. Let's change it to 150. It doesn't look a lot darker, but I suppose that it is. Another thing I thought of, if I couldn't get a particular thing to show the line weight I wanted, I'm going to go back and undo that. Whoops, not that. There, we'll go to foundation. We'll change the line weight back to 10. See, those lines aren't, that foundation is not controlling that. And I figured that out, not because I'm smart, it's because I did a trial and error look. And obviously that foundation setting does not control the lines that outline the foundation, which is, kind of a bummer, but nevertheless true. This just turns on or off the foundation. And apparently this setting has no effect on these edge lines. So what else could? Let's go down here to walls, foundation. Maybe that's it. I'm going to select that and click 1 and see if we get a dramatic change. We did get a change. Well, for a moment we did. Yeah, I set it to 1, but that's weird. It turned on and then turned off. But I think the key for your problem is you hadn't built the foundation, and you thought what you were looking at was a foundation, and it's not. So let's change this line weight to 150. Interesting that action turned it on, turned it off. I do think it looks darker now. Another way, if you can't use the automatic controls or presets for that, you can always draw a CAD line over a 3D line and open it and change its line weight. Take it off by layer and make that 300. See, a big fat thing. So if you wanted to, I know this is a bit of work, but I mean, you shouldn't expect the software to do everything that you want done. It's pretty smartly made, but it's not smart. And there, I got some big fat lines. For this cross section, open it again, go to the line style tab, we'll bump it back down to 150. So you can control these things. You can, by trial and error, figure out what layers are, let me delete that. What layers can be controlled, and by trial and error, you can see if you can make them darker or lighter, and if all else fails, you can just trace over stuff with two-dimensional lines, which you can control, okay? The main thing new users need to learn is that this software is not smart, it has no intelligence, it has no judgment, it doesn't have any sense of ethics, or right or wrong. It's just a tool. And in order to master it, you have to take the time to master it through study and practice. Okay, I hope this has helped you. The main thing, I think your problem was that you never had built a foundation, and you're expecting a foundation that what you were looking at was the foundation, and it was not. Okay, hope this helps you, and whether it does or not, make it a great day, okay?